Okay, let's get right into it. And let me be clear from the start. You are not ugly. But what if I told you there are these little hidden habits that are kind of chipping away at your looks every single day, and you probably don't even realize you're doing them? The best part is, the fixes are surprisingly simple. We're talking stuff you can start today and see a real difference in just a few weeks.
I mean, how many times have you looked in the mirror? Maybe you're not happy with something, and your first thought is, it's just my genetics, nothing I can do. We all do it. But what if that's not the whole story? Not even close. What if the biggest thing affecting how you look is something you have complete control over?
Yep, that's what we're talking about. We're going to break down seven specific habits that are so common you might be doing a few of them right now. And look, this isn't about trying to become someone else. It's about getting rid of these small, sneaky saboteurs that have a massive impact on your appearance.
All right, so first up, let's talk about the things you do on total autopilot. You know, those actions you don't even have to think about. And believe me, this first one, it's a huge one.
So what is this number? 30 to 50? Any guesses? That is how many times the average person touches their face every single day. Think about it. Scratching your nose, resting your chin on your hand while you're at your desk, it all adds up. It's kind of shocking when you think about it, right?
So why is this such a big deal? Well, your hands are basically magnets for germs and bacteria. Everything you touch, your phone, your keyboard, door handles, it's all over them. And every time you touch your face, you're basically giving all that gunk a VIP pass directly into your pores. And then you wonder why you get those random pimples you can never seem to trace back to anything.
But the fix? It's just as simple. Seriously, step one is just become aware of it. That's half the battle. The second you notice your hand going up to your face, you can stop it. And obviously, washing your hands more often helps cut the problem off at the source. It's a simple equation. Less touching equals clearer skin.
Okay, let's move on to the next habit. And this one is kind of wild. Because we're not just talking about your skin anymore. This is a habit that can literally reshape the structure of your face over time.
Okay, think about how you eat. Do you always chew on the left side or the right? Most of us have a preferred side. Well, if you do that, you're basically sending one side of your jaw to the gym every single day while the other side sits on the couch. Over years, this makes one side of your jaw muscle way more developed than the other. It creates asymmetry, an unbalanced look, and our brains are hardwired to find symmetry attractive, which is why a balanced, sharp jawline just looks better.
The fix here is, again, so simple. Just start paying attention. When you're eating a meal, consciously switch sides halfway through. If you're a gum chewer, make it a little game to alternate every few minutes. It feels weird at first, but it's a tiny, tiny adjustment that will make a massive difference for your facial symmetry down the road. All right, moving on. The next few habits are all about your lifestyle. Because let's be real, your face is like a billboard for how you're living your life.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? Your body is designed to be in the sun. If you're cooped up inside all the time, your skin gets that pale, almost sickly look. But the person who gets out there, they've got that natural, healthy tan, a glow to their skin. They just look more vibrant and alive.
And listen, we're not talking about baking in the sun for hours and getting a sunburn. No, all you need is like 15 to 20 minutes a day. That's it. Go for a walk on your lunch break, take a phone call outside. Just get a little bit of natural light. Your body will get that boost of vitamin D and testosterone, and you'll seriously feel the difference in your energy.
Okay, this next one is an absolute non-negotiable. Sleep. It's when your body hits the reset button. It's when everything repairs itself. When you skimp on sleep, you don't just feel tired, you look tired. We're talking about those dark under-eye circles, a puffy face in the morning. Your skin just looks totally lifeless. So what do? It's simple, but you have to be disciplined. Aim for a solid 7 to 8 hours. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. And here's the big one. Put your phone away an hour before bed. Seriously, that blue light from the screen is just wrecking your sleep quality. Good sleep literally equals a better-looking face. End of story.
All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite legal drug, caffeine. Look, a cup or two of coffee in the morning, totally fine. It has its benefits. But when you get to that point where you're downing 3, 4, 5 cups just to feel normal, yeah, you've crossed the line from helpful boost to doing damage.
And here's why it's so bad. First off, caffeine dehydrates you, big time, which makes your skin look dry and dull. Second, it messes with your sleep, even if you drink it early in the day, and we already know how important sleep is. And finally, you become dependent on this fake, jittery energy instead of having real, sustained energy throughout the day.
Okay, now for what I call
the silent killer of good looks: stress. It doesn't just mess with your head, it literally shows up on your face. It ages you faster than almost anything else. So when you're stressed out, your body floods with a hormone called cortisol. And high levels of cortisol do three horrible things for your appearance. Number one, it tells your body to store more fat, especially around your face and midsection. Number two, it causes inflammation, which leads to breakouts and bad skin. And number three, it tanks your testosterone levels.
Look, you're never going to eliminate stress completely. That's just not how life works. The goal isn't to avoid it, the goal is to manage it. You need an outlet. For some people, it's hitting the gym. For others, it's meditation, or just spending an hour on a hobby they're passionate about. You have to find what works for you, because I promise you, the calmer you are internally, the better you're going to look externally.
And that brings us to our last habit. And honestly, this is the most important one of them all. This one has nothing to do with what you do with your hands, your face, or your body. It's all about what happens up here, in your mind.
It's this one single thought. The thought that says, "It's just my genetics. I can't change it." The second that thought enters your head, you've lost. You've given away all your power. You've basically decided to fail before you even start. This mindset right here is the ultimate ugly habit.
So let's break it down, because this is the real secret. Genetics? Yeah, that's your starting point. It's the foundation. Let's call it 20% of the equation. But that huge, massive 80% slice, that's you. That's your habits, your effort, what you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, all the stuff we just talked about. That's the part you actually control.
So you can't change that 20% foundation. Fine. But you can build an absolute masterpiece on top of it. Stop obsessing over the tiny part you can't control and start pouring all your energy into the massive 80% that you can. That is how you find out what you really look like. That's how you unlock your true potential.
So at the end of the day, it's all in your hands. Your potential isn't locked away in your DNA. It's forged in the small choices you make every single day. So I'll ask you, looking back at everything we've covered, what's the first thing you're going to change?